Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Prem Roundup. Sorry for missing out on Matchweek 3 before the international break. I was on a company trip, so I didn't really have time to make a video about it. All I have to say is it wasn't a red card for Rice. Anyways, back to what we're here for, and that's a quick recap of some of the action from Matchweek 4 in the Premier League. Go ahead and leave a like and drop a comment below on your thoughts from this weekend, and let's get into it. Starting off, we're going to go to North London for the highly anticipated North London derby. Arsenal come out with a massive 1-0 win against their bitter rivals while dealing with a relatively weakened lineup with Odegaard, Rice, Calafiori, and Marino all missing due to injuries or suspension. Arsenal were incredibly solid defensively and did not give up any really big chances. Tottenham had a lot of the possession, but not much to show for it, especially considering their XG was about 0.71 compared to Arsenal's 0.74. But a big amount of Arsenal's was on the goal from the corner. In terms of Arsenal, massive result for them, showing they can still win the big games even without some of their key players, and I thought Kai Havertz up front was incredible. His ball carrying, his hold-up play was fantastic and really gave Arsenal a good outlet throughout the game when they were absorbing a lot of pressure. Jurrien Timber again stood out to me. His pace and his physicality out wide were something that Arsenal clearly lacked, and it makes them even stronger at the back. And also a special shout out to Ben White for dragging his man into Vicario's way on the goal. I think that's one of the major reasons why he doesn't come out for that ball, on top of him already not being very great at commanding his area and coming out and claiming crosses. For Tottenham, it seems to be the same old story with them so far this year. They just can't seem to finish the dinner. I thought they played a pretty solid game overall, and I think if they had gotten an equalizer, that would have been a fair result for both teams. But no one could really create that moment of magic for them. James Maddison's pretty out of form. Son was basically invisible, and a lot of it was just crosses into the box, which just isn't the game plan you want going up against Arsenal because they are just monsters in the air with Saliba and Gabriel at the back. Brendan Johnson out wide's got to be better. His decision making was not very good. I really liked them bringing Kulusevski into more central areas, and I thought he was a real bright spot. His ball carrying was pretty well, and he created some decent chances from those areas. But really, it all comes down to a lapse of concentration on the goal. Yes, there was a little bit of a shove from Gabriel, but that's something you're going to see on every single corner. I don't think that's a foul, and I'm happy it wasn't given. And I also thought Van de Ven was really good. For someone his size, it's incredible the pace that he moves at. Moving on from that, there's one more game that I just wanted to briefly touch on before doing some quick rapid fire through the rest of the weekend. I thought Aston Villa 3, Everton 2. It was a game I didn't get to watch, but I am really starting to worry about Everton now. I said it at the beginning of the season that I thought they would be in contention for Europe, and they've showed that they are not what I thought they were. No goals in their first two games was bad, and then having two separate 2-0 leads be squandered in their next two games is just not good enough for them. I especially with the squad that they have, I think it's got a lot of quality in it. They really are turning into a relegation candidate. Sean Dyche has got to be on the hot seat now at this point. And just quickly on Aston Villa, I don't have much to say. Like I said, I didn't get to watch the game, but what a goal from Duran and what a start to the season he's been having as well. On to some rapid-fire results from the rest of the weekend. We've got Southampton 0, Manchester United 3. Comfortable win for United, and it was good to see Marcus Rashford back on the score sheet. Hopefully he can keep that form up. Brighton 0, Ipswich 0. Ipswich are out of the drop zone, and they've got a chance, especially early here, to pick up some good points while Everton's struggling, while Wolves are struggling to put themselves in a very good position to maybe avoid the drop. Crystal Palace 2, Leicester City 2, Jamie Vardy strikes again. That points deduction I think is going to be really key on if they're going to be able to stay up or not, because they are playing a lot better and getting more results than I think most people anticipated them getting from the beginning of the season. Fulham 1, West Ham 1. West Ham rescue a point at the death. They're still not really playing up to their potential. A lot of big money signings this summer. Hopefully they can get that turned around and start picking up some wins instead of just getting some draws. Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 1, probably the biggest shock of the weekend. And all credit to Forest for defending incredibly well, getting their goal, being real solid. It's a surprise to me for sure, especially with Nuno as their manager. Man City 2, Brentford 1. Haaland is inevitable. I think he's going for 40 goals this year at this point with the way he's scoring to start the season. Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 1. Chelsea found a way. Very, very good win on the road. Bournemouth is always a tough place to go and get a win, especially on a late kickoff like that. And then the last game of the weekend, Wolves 1, Newcastle 2. Really tough start for Wolves continues. but I think these results will turn into points eventually. I think you got to back Gary O'Neill. He's got a track record. He's been able to do it at Bournemouth. He did it with Wolves last year. I think you got to back him and let him do his thing. I think eventually they'll get it all figured out, get some wins, start stringing some results together. But that is about it for me for this week. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another roundup. Got the big Arsenal-Man City matchup this weekend, so should be a good one. Take it easy, everybody.